All right, good afternoon. My name's Don Goodbrand, Goodbrand. I'm the chief of the California Highway Patrol out of Golden Gate Division. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read from my press release right here, and then I'll take any questions after that, okay? So, California Highway Patrol was actively engaged in de-escalation of multiple simultaneous protests in the Bay Area this morning. Working alongside our law enforcement partners in the Bay Area, officers worked to clear lanes as quickly as possible. Officers responded to each location and determined protesters had utilized various devices intended to impede law enforcement's ability to remove protesters. Included in these were 55-gallon drums filled with concrete and rebar. Resources from the CHP offices across the Bay Area, as well as our allied agency personnel, to include the Oakland Police Department, San Francisco Police Department, Alameda County Sheriff's Office, and Golden Gate Bridge Patrol, responded to each incident and evaluated what was needed to remove the devices to take those involved into custody. At approximately 6:15 a.m., protesters blocked northbound I-880 at Embarcadero. Officers had to contend with 8 55-gallon drums filled with cement, rebar, and heavy-duty chains attaching protesters to the drums. The first lanes were reopened at 10 o'clock a.m., with all lanes being reopened at 1:15 p.m. 7 protesters were arrested at this location. At approximately 7:55 a.m., protesters blocked the US 101 southbound on the Golden Gate Bridge. Officers had to contend with numerous vehicles chains concealed with pipes connecting the drivers and passengers outside of the vehicles. All lanes were reopened at 12:15 p.m. and 26 people were arrested at this location. At approximately 8:15 a.m., protesters blocked I-880 southbound at 7th Street. The group grew to approximately 300 protesters on foot on the freeway. The first lanes were reopened at 12:30 p.m. and all lanes were reopened at 1 o'clock p.m. 5 protesters were arrested at this location. The various charges being filed are as follows: 407 PC, unlawful assembly; 409 PC, remaining at an unlawful assembly; 2800A of the Vehicle Code, refusal to comply with a lawful order; 22500K as in King of the Vehicle Code, unlawful to stop on a bridge; 148A1, resisting and delaying an officer; 21960 of the Vehicle Code, unlawful for a pedestrian to be on a freeway; 182A of the Penal Code, conspiracy to commit a crime; and 236 of the Penal Code, false imprisonment. We have reached out to the Alameda County District Attorney's Office along with the San Francisco District Attorney's Office and are working with them in order to file these charges. This was a complex operation, and the California Highway Patrol made every effort to get lanes open as quickly as possible. As calls came in for service, we deployed personnel accordingly to each event. Our disentanglement team was able to successfully defeat the intricate devices the protesters utilized, while minimizing the risk of injury to the public, the protesters themselves, along with departmental personnel. Attempting to block or shut down a freeway or a state highway to protest is unlawful, it's dangerous, and it prevents motorists from safely reaching their destinations. As necessary, the CHP will take enforcement action that includes, but is not limited to, issuing citations, impounding vehicles, arresting individuals who intentionally block traffic on a state's transportation system or pose any threat to public safety.